Hey folks, so I'm back from vacation. I spent 6 days down south. I spent 3 at Hilton Head. I spent 3 at Myrtle Beach. So I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about taking your AT Pro to the beach and how to use it, because I had to look around a lot to get some specific settings and some tips and tricks, but I learned a lot. Let's start with the first thing first. What did I find? Not a lot to show for. I got about, let's see, a pile of pennies, all total and clad. It was $10.80. So I did pretty well last night with quarters. I was at Myrtle Beach. Not bad in dimes. Got a couple nickels. I'm only showing you a few of these bottle taps, but you are going to dig a ton of these. If you don't, you are not digging everything you should be. You will get irritated, trust me. But for all those you don't dig, you could be digging these. Or more importantly, you could be digging this. This is actually not the sinker, but the diamond stud is not a real diamond, I don't think. However, it was silver plated, so, or actually it's silver. It's 925 mark on the back. So if you are not digging this stuff, you will not find this stuff. So just keep that in mind. My 2 pair of aviator sunglasses. The first pair up here, signal was pretty strong. Wasn't too deep. This pair that looked pretty much untouched. There's a couple scratches on the lenses. I went down up to my elbow in wet sand to pull these out of the ground. That is no lie. That was in wet sand with the AT Pro. Did fairly well. Signal was faint, but I dug it anyway. So dig the faint signals. I don't know what this is. It's a clip to something. My wife says it's a towel clip or something. I think it has to do with some fishing gear, but I will go with what the wife says. These little buggers will drive you practically insane. I'm telling you this for a reason. At Hilton Head specifically, these things are everywhere, and I'm telling you, they will fool you every time. You have to dig them, because if you don't dig them, you're not going to get stuff like this or like this. These will come up and sound just like a coin, but a little off, so you just have to be careful. But you're going to dig a bunch of these, as well as a bunch of these and a bunch of these. Brian Hammond, if you're out there, I saved you a gazillion of these, and I also sprinkled some on the beach for you, so when you get there, I hope you find them. If you're at Hilton Head, you probably know, or have known if you've been there before, that parking there is not easy access to get to any public beaches. There are a couple public places you can go. Depends on where you are, where you're staying, so look around, but there are public beaches you can get to. But I will tell you, the beaches at Hilton Head are long and very shallow. So if you're going to get out to the surf line, you got to watch where people are during the day, and try to time the tides just right. Parking at Myrtle Beach was a little bit more better as far as public parking, but the thing you have to keep in mind is public parking ends at midnight, which really sucks. So you can pay $10 to park somewhere and have access to the beach that way. There's many places you could do. You could pay that fee to get that kind of parking. You have to know when the tides are coming in. You don't want to be out there in high tide. Otherwise, you're going to be doing the towel line or in the dry sand. So try to time it with the tide going out, low tide. Check out where people are during the day. That's what I did. And the second time I went out, I found this cool little earring stud that's silver, but it's not diamond. At least it's not real. I'll show you more of that in a minute. So I've literally been doing the wet sand for like maybe 10 minutes, and bam, I got an earring. It's pretty heavy too. It's got a marking on the back. I can't tell what it is, and This isn't coming into focus very good. There it is. Couple things to know about your AT Pro. Coil covers. If you have a coil cover on your AT Pro, take it off. I've never heard anybody tell you that before. Except one guy I know that I looked at, one of his videos, he recommends taking it off. And let me tell you, I took my coil off the second night I was there, and what a difference. A lot of the falsing went away. Reason why you get falsing? Because sand gets up in your coil. Believe it or not, it gets in there. So take your coil off. It'll help you out a lot, trust me. Wet versus dry. As you probably know, the AT Pro is not really a hardcore beach detector. I took mine because it's the only one I have, and I'm not going to go out and spend $1,000+ on something that is going to get me a couple days a year use. The AT Pro will work for you very well. It just depends on how you set it up. On wet sand, you're going to have some issues, but ground balance, you need to set it at 13 on those beaches. I guarantee you 13, maybe 14 depending on where you are. But that's where you're going to want your ground balance is going to be. Sensitivity. Believe it or not, I had mine cranked all the way up at times, but then there are other times I had to lower it 2 bars just to get rid of some of the chatter. One other thing you need to know is if you start getting a lot of feedback, a lot of falsing, and you're in the kind of wet and dry sand, your coil's getting covered with sand, wet the coil. It'll quiet right down. Oh, in Hilton Head, you're going to see, or you're going to hit these things, what I call these hot rocks. These things suck. Let me tell you, you're going to dig a million of them because they sound just like a great signal, and you're going to think, man, I got to dig that. It's just a little sketchy on the sound, a little bit, jumps around just a little bit, but you're going to hit these every freaking 10 or 15 minutes. You're going to run into one of these. I brought a couple home just to show you. Well, what else to tell you? You're going to dig a lot of bottle caps. Get used to it. That's how it works. You're going to dig a lot of pull tabs. Get used to it. It sucks. You're going to dig a lot of zinc pennies. You're going to dig up sinkers. If you don't, something's wrong. I hope I covered everything you need to know about taking your AT Pro to the beaches of Myrtle and Hilton Head. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, sign up, it's free. Thanks, and until next video, see ya. Hey folks, so in this video I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about taking your Garrett AT Pro to the beach. Particularly these two beaches, Myrtle Head. It's not Myrtle Head. Take 3. Hey folks, so I'm back up. Take 4.